Well, as the country singer Luke Bryan once eloquently said, rain is a good thing. And tonight, Cornerstone's looking to make it rain inside of this Mole Arena against a familiar Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference foe in the Goshen Maple Leafs. And maybe, just maybe, complete the season series sweep here tonight on the Cornerstone Sports Network. We say hello and welcome in. My name's Nate Wangler with you here tonight. Cornerstone back and live here on the Cornerstone Sports Network. 1-0. Cornerstone leads it 25-14. Able to take that first set and really a dominant set throughout. Again, Cornerstone hitting efficient tonight, 478. And how about this? Maybe a more telling statistic on the other side. A minus 105 hitting percentage right now for Goshen and the Maple Leafs. Have not been able to attack efficiently in this game. Right now the defense has just been sweltering for CU. Again, we talked about how many service errors Cornerstone had in that first set. They had 7 of them. They meant 7 of those 13 points, a.k.a. more than half of their points, came off of service errors by Cornerstone. So Goshen has to find maybe more creative ways to try and score here in the second set. Seemed a little overwhelmed in that last one as we get ready for set number 2 here on the CU Sports Network. Bid you a warm welcome back in. CU looking to finish off this one here today against Goshen, again after winning their first matchup against the Maple Leafs on the road. But a long home stretch for Cornerstone. After this one here today, they have Aquinas coming up on March the 17th. That's Tuesday. Hope to have you back in here on the Cornerstone Sports Network for that one. Could also complete that series sweep as well against the Saints. Galanis out of bounds. Did not touch a Maple Leaf on the way there, and much like they did in set 1, Goshen takes 1-0 lead to begin our second frame. Lourdes University on Friday, though, 7 o'clock start time, and then on Saturday, Mount Vernon Nazarene comes to town. Also, a 2 o'clock game, rather, on that day on Saturday. Goshen off the side of the net. Looked like Ferguson was the one to take charge on that one. Left it short, and we're tied at 1. And a brief road trip to Rochester Christian on March the 24th before coming right back home again. The 27th Indiana Tech, and then Defiance on the 28th. At the net, and capped off. Kabrick, who had a tough time from the service line in set 1. Also just dealing with this front line for Cornerstone, able to put Goshen back out in front 2-1. This men's volleyball team has been road warriors in the non-conference. Even in the conference schedule, for that matter. A service ace. Coop makes it a 2-point lead for Goshen. And how about the Maple Leafs responding? What was a really rough first set. Sends the aforementioned Coop back to the line with a chance to stretch it to 3. Galanis, opposite end, and sent right back. Ferguson, Ferg, with a clean block. It's 4-1. Didn't see much of him in the first set. Starting to come alive, and at the right time for the Maple Leafs too. At the net, true, is true. Glances off the side of the hand. Looked like that was Bangura who was up there. 4-2 the tally. Again, 8-13 on the season. 3-7 are the Maple Leafs. A win last time out, close one. That's the team we were just talking about. That's Aquinas. Trying to make this one not a close one. Ferguson, couple of kills, including a block in the second set. So making the difference, 5-2. 3-2 winners in 5 sets in that one were the Maple Leafs. Tally for Cornerstone off a service error. 5-3 in set 2. But 61 kills to 59 for Aquinas. So it was a game that came down to the very end. Turned aside that time is Bangura, but it's still alive. And given to CU. 2-touch that time on the side of the Maple Leafs. Now a chance to tie it here for the Golden Eagles. Mitchell Correa Bangura back near side. Goes with the light approach as Galanis. Oh, cuts off his libero, but he saves it on his backside as Ferguson steps in for the block. 6-4, 2 points the lead for the Maple Leafs. This is the type of life that they wanted to show here in the second half. You saw the look on Wyatt Bollinger's face a little bit earlier, a look of disappointment, but needed to maybe brush the cobwebs off a little bit. Right now their net play is helping them out a ton. Can see you get one back. Yes, they can. Shannon helps his own cause. Gets a glance off a Maple Leaf on the way out. It's 7-4. Already starting to hit the ball better. Getting closer back to 0. Still at negative 042. Hitting in this game, but looking more efficient. Galanis. Oh, and turned away. Dulaji, who we haven't seen a lot of, comes up in a big way. And speaking of big, he's 6'7". He's literally the biggest player on the court. He's wearing highlight yellow sneaks. You can't miss him. Out of bounds from CU, and now the run continues to grow. Ryder Roberts is leading the way in kills tonight for the Golden Eagles. Check that, second with 3 of them. Shannon has 4. This is on that opportunity. How about the script in this game? It's flipped completely. Shannon, count it for CU. Andrea Biffy couldn't get underneath it. Kid out of Italy. It's 9-5, lead down to 4. Service back to Cornerstone. Definitely an international flavor on this roster, and then another service error for CU. Burke, too much steam on it. 10-5. 5-tally lead here in this second set. Also take a look at what else is happening in and around the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference in our scoreboard update here tonight. See if any other teams are playing here. Certainly action coming up over the weekend. Cope lofts it back over. Shannon gets out of the way, and it's capped off that time. Right at the net, Ryder Roberts on top of it. Wins another tally back for CU, 10-6. You're in the second set. Right now, Bethel pacing the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. 9-0 in conference play. Ooh, and a sizzler. Ferguson wasn't messing around. A fastball on the other side. Cornerstone lets that one fly out of bounds. Here on today, March the 6th, couple other matchups in conference play. One other that has gone final today. It's Coop. Slices it back over. We're Cornerstone, and True just tap it over. Able to be kept alive here by Goshen. Ryder Roberts, now Galanis. Just forced to play it over. Shannon can't win the 50-50 ball, so they try True. Out of bounds. Tried to sneak it inside the line, didn't have enough clearance. It's 11-7. But Indiana Tech, 3-1 win for Mount Vernon Nazarene, so Cornerstone gonna have to win today to keep pace. Indiana Tech in that 6th spot in the WAC. Galanis, no luck because it's kicked up here by Goshen. Coop was looking to make an approach, but hangs back. Now True. Not True that time. Shannon, second try, getting an arm on it. That time is Dulaji. Allows Coop to send a rainbow over. Now True. No, that time Galanis, a dive and a stop with the left hand. They continue to go back to the well. True can't deliver. Ferguson picked up that time by CU. Galanis again, and a dig on the other end. It's Barrick. We are going back and forth. The longest volley of this one tonight. No one giving an inch. Correa a dig. A rainbow to the net. Ferguson finishes it off. In a set that lasted what felt like 2 weeks, finally ends at a Maple Leafs point. It's 12-7. Again, I'm sure learned a lot of valuable lessons from that last time they played against CU. We're telling you a little bit about Wyatt Bollinger, their head coach, getting appointed this season, first year here with Goshen this year. But played at Goshen College. Played his senior season, so actually transferred there, but holds the single season record for assists per set in Goshen Maple Leafs history. So natural transition from player to now coaching. Too strong on that service. Otis Doulagi, not aware of how strong he is. Powers that one out of play. All I'm saying is the Maple Leafs might need like a power forward during the basketball season. If he can shoot, he's got a chance. A lot of power in his vertical play. Coop, out of bounds. Bad deflection here from Cornerstone, and a lot of these 50-50 balls, Goshen is winning. Talking about Bollinger, though, served as an assistant head coach for 2 seasons. Jeff Phillips ended up leaving the program, and he stepped in to take over the reins. True. Ooh, just missed the back line. 14-8, and this second set has just not been Cornerstone's in any way. Alex Bond looking on here for Cornerstone. Again, Goshen has the most blocks in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference of any team this year, so that they are good in that way. This time, Cornerstone able to navigate past it. Fortunate on that strike. Ethan Walker able to play it up and pass and gets another one back for CU. 14-9. Cornerstone had no issues in the rotation in that first set. This time, it kicks right back to Walker. That's consecutive tallies, 14-10. For Wyatt Bollinger and this team, it's all about finding where do we strive? What do we do best? They're stout in so many ways, including this man. Coop with a kill. It is 15-10. Back live on the CU Sports Network, 18-16. Maple Leafs are able to get a tally there. We say welcome back in. Nate Wangler with you here tonight. Cornerstone on a mission. Push the 2 games over 500. Also continue to raise their stock here in the WAC. Just 1 game above 500. But they are a team that has seen a handful of teams ranked in the top 10 in the WAC. Shannon. Picked up by Andrea Biffy. And then capped off by Coop. 19-16. One thing you got to give Wyatt Bollinger credit is effectively used those timeouts here tonight. He's done so again here in the second set. 2-point run here out of the TO. Sends Barack back to the service line. And then it's sailed out of bounds. Ryder Roberts, too much pace on it. Between a slew of hands that time for Goshen and out of play. It's 20-16. And Barack back to the line. Out of play. It's one area that they've cleaned up quite a bit here in set 2. Not nearly as many of those service aces. That's just their second. You talk about making the plays when you need to. The smart plays. Ryder Roberts with a fastball, picked up by Biffy. Ho-ho! And then Roberts got under it with the right hand. Gives the Maple Leafs another chance. Coop turned aside by Shannon. Back to the net they go, and Shannon can't get it to drop, but True can. Ubik able to save it, keep it alive. But then True on the second try. Back to the line goes Ryder Roberts, the support staff for Cornerstone. Diaste Paz, assistant coach Elisa Bose, also an assistant is Coop. It's the deflection that time. What a second set it has been for that young man. 6 kills, taking the lead for the Maple Leafs. 14 total attempts, so they are leaning on him tonight. Joshua Richline, the other assistant for CU. And I'm telling you what, if Doulager is able to get that one over the net, hey, everybody's in trouble. This guy hit some fastballs. It comes with the territory for 6'7". It's a towering presence. Cornerstone sends it right back. His Goshen will set. Coop finishes it off. How about 7? Lucky number 7, 22-19. Page Shallow, though, student assistant. Nicholas Johnson, student assistant. Joshua Frazee, also the third of that trio of student assistants here for the men's volleyball program. Of course, on the other side, it's Ian Fox in his first season with Wyatt Bollinger, Jesse Price, and Carmen Corey. Trying to cheer Goshen on to a second set win. True. Drea Biffy gets underneath it, and they find Coop. They are trusting the hot hand. CU and Galanis gets the deflection they want. Biffy goes barreling into the scorer's table. Nearly takes out Gabby Verberkmos in the process, 22-20. Of course, a long history for the Cornerstone women's volleyball program. Many a WAC championships. Most recent undisputed champs in 2022. Cornerstone trying to join the party. Ferguson got the party started in the second set. He adds another one, 23-20. Now just 2 away from wrapping up. Here's set 2. Ferguson, 3 total kills, 6 errors tonight, but he's made up for a lot of that here in the second set. Coop. Cornerstone. Picked up excellent that time. Hubick, no problem. And then a kill to make it set point. Bangura with a banger. And it's 24-20. As Coop will look to tie us here on Friday. True, Galanis, back to True, and turned away. Ishmael Bangura will have none of that. A clean solo block to tie us at 1 set apiece. 25-20, the Maple Leafs get their first set victory over CU this year.